Hi guys, Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator here, and I have prepared an amazing Valentine's Day nail art for you today. You can have a preview of it in here. Not over the top, but I hope you really enjoy learning this design. So let's start. Beautiful heart with some roses, and I will show you how to do this design. I choose acrylic paints over the gel, and I had the reasons behind it. So we are gonna squeeze out some acrylic paints, and you want some white. I will also show you the reason as well. Then we're going for some red. And just because the background is going to be red, I'm going to dip in a drop of the magenta color, just so the things stand out a little bit more. And then we need the tiniest drop of the green as well. Okay, so first of all, I've got some water in here, and I'm just going to use the watercolor brush, which is a little bit larger, to paint my heart. So first of all, we are going to start painting with the heart. Like quite a lot of water. You don't want to be painting with too dry paint, because then the things are much more difficult. And then we are going to paint the heart, which face that direction. And you can see it when the paint is nice and wet, like it does paint really smooth. And then color it in. Okay, so we've got our heart, color it in. Straight away clean your brush, because otherwise it will, so I've got a baby wipe in here, and I dip in it in the water so it doesn't get stiff. Now here I have tried this design with the gel, and I feel it's not as sharp. Like, I mean, it's still not bad, but I do prefer it with the acrylic paints, so that's why I choose the acrylic paints over the gel. And on the client, this design, I would just do it like paint the entire nail white, apply the top coat, buff it, and then we'll have the surface like this one. I've got my one stroke brush. I dip in it in the water, and then I'm gonna mix my magenta with the red. There we are. That's a nice mixture. Clean the brush so I don't have this color all over. White, and then the mixture we have created. Mix the colors. And then we are gonna paint the first rose. So this one I wanted it on the bottom, and I'm painting inside of it. Pick up a drop more of the paint, and then paint another one here on the side. Just grab a fresh wipe so I can clean in between. White and the mixture. And I'm just straight away in this tip, I'm gonna do the same. So I want to place my flower here. Nice and slow movement. And another one in here. Pick up my paint again. And here I'm gonna have a room for another row of the petals, so I'm just coming down the way and just paint another row. And another one in here. Dip in a bit more white and the color again. I'm just gonna go over this color so it stands out a little bit more. There we are. Bring in a tiny bit more water and again mix the colors. We want to paint the petals outside now. Leave some gap. And you also don't want to go outside the heart shape. So you want to keep the entire design in a heart shape. My paint is getting dry, so I need to introduce more water. And if you've got wrong mixture, do not attempt to paint because then the things wouldn't look nice. So like I should ideally clean my brush to get a cleaner look, but yeah, I managed. Now, because I didn't finish this petal, I'm just going over it again. If you want to paint over it again, you cannot touch it when it's wet. Okay, then this petal start coming inside the previous one. We are gonna quickly paint the petals here as well, the outside one. So this rose is behind it, so we need to remember that. And also you don't want to go outside the heart shape. Do it in here as well. Really relaxing painting, like I love it so much. I would say they are my favorite designs, absolutely my favorite. Too white, so later on the things wouldn't stand out as much. I have bring in more red. And you can see it straight away, I got more definition. Again, this one is gonna be behind. So I'm just painting over it and the paint will cover it nicely. Paint petals on the rose behind. Again, empty space. We could actually squeeze just a single petal on the top as well, because otherwise it feels empty. That's a nice and beautiful petal here. And I'm gonna just do that here as well. Clean my brush so we can move on to the next step. And the reason why I like to clean the brush now is like the next petals are harder because they are much smaller. So I'm just gonna grab the other side of my mixing palette, have some water on the side, remove the excess of the water from my brush, and then pick up my colors again. nice and slowly. The phone update just cut us out, so I'm just gonna go through it again. Pick up the paint and mix it nice, like no room for a mistake. So you want to have a decent mixture. Like really take your time to prep this brush. Okay, I'm very happy now. And we are gonna start painting the next petals. Much straighter brush because the petals are smaller. This one actually looks good. I changed the side of the brush I was using because I had more paint on this side and I just wanted to use the paint I had on the other side of the brush. Again, load your paint. And now, since I see it, I've got room to lie my brush. I kind of change the angle. So depending on how much space and room I've got in there, I will either paint it really straight or I will flatten my brush a little bit. So here I've got more room. And then do the same on the other rows. Angle brush. Almost straight. Here again, I've got more room so I can lie my brush flatter. Very straight here. And squeeze that petal in. I need to clean up my brush again. You kind of learn to feel the paint. If it's nice and creamy consistency, that's mean like you can paint with it. If you start feeling it's like getting dry, just touch up your brush in the water and pick up the fresh paint. Okay, I'm happy with it. Don't want to overdo it. So just know I'm not happy. I find one more petal I need to squeeze in. So I want something here. So extremely straight brush. Look, my brush is really straight. And we've got an extra petal. Okay, D-liner brush, and I love actually painting with the acrylic paints and my D-liner brush because you can go so thin with it, like really thin. In order to do that, like I'm just picking up lots of water, like really lots of water, roll my brush so it's nice and straight, remove everything what I've got on the brush, introduce lots of water in, and then just pick up the smallest amount of the paint you can pick up on your brush. So this way you will get really nice and fine lines. Okay, I'm just searching places which I can highlight. And also what they do as well, like they almost create an extra petals which wasn't there before. That was too much. Okay, I'm happy with this rose. I'm really holding my breath for these parts. Too much paint, so remove the excess of it. And do it on this one. Again, that was far too much paint. Uh, you can see I have directed the petal that way, so that's the way I want to outline it as well. So I can prolong the petal in there. Now my brush is getting stiff, so dip in the water again. I've got a nice petal here. Grabbing a little bit more paint so it's more pigmented. Okay, and I'm happy with this one as well. Don't want to overdo it. Grab the green, so white, green, and a drop of red. The reason for going with the drop of red, or the color which we have used it for the roses, is like I want to have a really dirty kind of green. There we are, that's a perfect one. And then we are gonna paint like a leaf. Very straight brush because we don't have much of the room in there. Okay, happy with that, so we can move on into the next step. Clean my D-liner brush from the paint, like lots of water. And now, because we are going to swap the product we're using, I need to take a tiny bit of the UV cleanser, clean the brush, and then grab the top coat. So a drop of the top coat. And painting with the top coat is actually really hard. First of all, like the top coat is expanding, I would say, it's kind of running away, so it's really difficult. I'm using the black foil gel with the top coat, so like mix my mixture, because this way you will be able to see it, first of all, like what I'm painting, what you're painting, and it will give you really nice results as well. And what I'm doing is I'm going around the heart. I love my brush after the painting with the acrylic paints as well, like because we working with such a small amount of the product, I feel like things just move better and behave better. So I'm also improving the shape of the heart, which we have painted. Nice and slow. And then we are gonna do some designs through it as well. So this one is screaming, go that way. Another swirl. I had to roll my brush because I've got some split on it. Okay, happy with this one. Cure it. So we are gonna cure it 60 seconds. And then here we will do, I don't know yet, so let me outline it first. I'm just cleaning my brush. The reason why I wanted to outline it first, then I will know how the curve of the heart goes like, and where it will be easier to place the design, like which flow with it. So yes, straight away I can see it. We can do something here and something on the other side. Let's do... let's do roses, like a simple one. Yes, absolutely. I should thought about it before, then the first one would be slightly better. So let's paint the other one better. I'm just doing a nice small swirl. Then triangle shape. Prolong it. Triangle shape and prolong it. Okay, just finishing touches. And some petals which are outside as well, just so this rose is not like the lonely one. Okay, happy with this one, so cure it again. 60 seconds. And then I've got here a mixture. And this is a mixture of the gold chrome. So like I've got some gold, and the gold is like, a pure gold is like really yellow gold. And I like it, but not for everything. So I also got like my own custom mix, and that's gold and silver together. So I have added silver and gold. Those two together gives me this color. Now for this design, I want kind of happy medium. So I want a little bit darker than the mixture I've got. So I have dipped it in the eyeshadow applicator into both of them. Okay, and then we are just rubbing this in to our design. Then I like to take a finger and just remove any excess of the loose powder. Okay, once it's rubbed in properly, so nice and properly, a dust brush to remove any excess of it, and then we can top coat it. You can see it like it's a really nice and pretty design. Top coat over it, and I really enjoyed painting it. I think it's so pretty. So guys, you have to hit the share button for me, pretty please, so just so we can get a little bit more views than on the usual videos. And also all the products I have used today, they are available on our website. Actually, all the products I'm using like are on our website, which will be in the description of this video. So again, my mixture. Wrap this in. Then use finger to get it through. And the chrome wouldn't stick into the acrylic paint, obviously, but the top coat has to be always rebuffed. So if you would do it on the client, just a quick reminder, you paint the nails white, you apply the top coat, buff the top coat, and then you do the painting like we did it in here. Top coat over this one. Check how the light reflect, give it a cure, and then I can show you all three together, because each one is slightly different. Now I've got some chrome on my finger, so I need to watch it to don't bring it into my top coat, because it will stick into the top coat. In that case, if it would, I would just clean it with the UV cleanser, but I don't want to do that. So this one is going here. Sorry, Patrick, I'm gonna take my long time to do that. And then the other one, I'm gonna be clever, and I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit of the blue tack here. So the one which I've got underneath sticks in great, because it's not cured properly yet. And if I would touch it, I would really destroy the shine. So no fingerprints on it, but that's what we have created today. Really beautiful rose hearts. And I'm sending you huge glittery hugs, and see you in the next video. Bye!